Hi, it's Liz here, and today it's Mixed Media Monday, and I'm back in my new ledger journal by Doing It Weekly. This is all about it here. 180 GSM, 12 inches by 7.5 inches, and yeah, I'm really enjoying using this. I've done a few pages, this one and this one, and I think this was last week. So yeah, it's coming along really well, and I've got some few bits and bobs ready for today. So for my focal point, I have got this cute creature and this little bit of background moon. So these are from, let me just get them here. And I already have glue on my finger. Put my finger in the little tub of glue that was on top of the books. Good start. So Snowbiz Collage Soup is where he came from. This is a great collage book. A little bit wintry, but you can still find things that are maybe not as wintry for throughout the year. And I believe this moon came from this. Yes, this was Diddle, which is kind of moon, planets, people with wings kind of thing. So yeah, that's the two books that they came from. Let me just put them over there like that. So I was thinking that we could use some of this Tim Holtz tissue paper. I have the one that comes in the roll. I don't have the packaging anymore, but I'm sure you can find it. I think now it comes in sheets as far as I know. And I've also got just little bits of faux vintage writing paper receipts, little bits and bobs of that. I think that was from a pack from Amazon maybe, I'm not sure. I've also got some white paint, some white acrylic. I was thinking we could maybe get a little bit messy over the top once we find out what we're doing with these bits. So I was thinking that my little character would go down this bottom edge with his head on the moon, or with the moon in the background there. We can cut that little extra bit off. And I've also got, which I haven't used for such a long time, let me just check that you're in. Yeah, let me just bring you down a little bit. It's hard to get this big book in. Yeah, I was thinking maybe we'll make the moon, give the moon a bit of a background with some, play around with that a little bit. Something like that, maybe. I've got another little doll. Would that go? No. I've also got this flower, which I'm thinking maybe over here would balance this flower here. And I don't know whether I want to cut this little bit out here so that it can tuck in behind that, and that brings the flower to the foreground maybe. I'll give it a go. If it doesn't work, we can just stick it back down. So we'll just trim this so that it will and keep it joined at that little bit there. Oh, is it going to be in his eye? No. We can bring the whole thing down. Maybe something, yeah, that works. We'll just cut that bit off. And I'm wondering if we need this big daisy. Let's give it a go. For some reason, I always like to get my focal point sorted before I do the background. I think maybe because that's always the main kind of bit of the page. Then if I can get that settled, then we can move on to putting the other bits all over the rest of the page. And just maybe a little bit random tissue and a little bit of random old faux book page. Random but not random, if you know what I mean. It's all, I think, like I'll say it too, oh, I'm going to randomly place, but I don't really think I'm randomly placing. I'm still making sure that I like where things go. What would you say? Random with purpose? Is that what you would maybe say? I don't know. Right, I think that's more or less that. Yeah. Because he's got a little snowy acorn there, not an acorn, a fir cone. And it's not that I especially want to cover it up, but it just seems the obvious place for that flower to go. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. So that will be the kind of main focal point. I haven't put that in the middle because if I put it right in the middle and make it equal all the way around, I don't think you see enough of it. Whereas if I just nudge it up a little bit and give it a kind of halo, I suppose. Yeah, happy with that. So let's think about, and of course, having floppy sleeves, I know what will happen. That will move about constantly. Right, so we've got, let's see where we might just put things. Maybe a little bit tucked in the corner there. Because I don't want to cover up all the nice ledger paper. That seems obvious there. I might have this little doily. What about that? Kind of like that. Maybe. Trying to kind of get mini clusters maybe. Because if I just put something in each corner, I'm not sure that I would especially like that. She says putting something in a corner. Nope. What about this up here? Just peeking under there. Yeah. That's not bad. And I've got this. Do we need this? Just join it on here maybe. I'm not sure about that bit there. What else have we got? It's a tiny wee bit. That kind of works. That kind of works there. What about this? What about if we half this? If we cut it in half, then we can have a kind of off the page. You know what I mean? A kind of at the side, on top of some of the other bits. And it kind of balances out the little doily that we've used. Yeah. Maybe there somewhere. Yeah. I'm not sure I'm liking this little bit. I think we'll maybe go with that because we've also got the paint, and I'm just going to smoosh some just to kind of sink the papers into the background maybe. Right, let's get some things stuck down. Let's start over this corner. And I've got my PVA glue. Here. We'll just use this old paintbrush. And hopefully we'll be able to see the ledger paper coming through. I should maybe have glued the book rather than the paper because that makes it quite, oh yes, that sinks in quite well. Right, now which bit would be next? The doily will be next. And we can just do the middle bit of the doily. That will be enough, I think. To make sure we get this in the right spot. And then this. Fancy ladies on the other side of that. think I need the bottom of that glued, but anyway. Now we know where the moon should go. It should go about there. Oh, we want that to be up. So that that flower is in front of Mr. Owl. I'm really not keen on using glue on a brush. I find it quite awkward. I do, because I'm so used to my glue stick, but if I had to use the glue stick for all of this, it would be half a glue stick gone. Right, I'm just going to trim off this. There we are. That makes it easier rather than that hanging down. Right, this little flower. We'll trim a wee bit off that as well. There we are. So the focal point looks pretty good, I think. Let's just do this bit here. We'll change over that gluey. Right, it was this bit. And it's for up there. Before I start getting mixed up with where things go. It becomes very fragile with the glue on it. Let me just move this down a little bit. Now it was that way round, I'm sure. And the glue really does come through that paper. Makes your fingers really sticky. Right, let's see how we're doing. Right, that's that half the page done. Happy with all of that. So let's start at the bottom and work our way up. And then that means it won't catch my sleeves. Just put that down to join. And then we've got this bit here. Yeah. And I think we'll put that over the two pages, will we? Just about there. I think we'll do this one next. That's Hubby and Millie back from their walk this morning. I heard the door there. I have my crafty time and they go out for a bit of a longer walk than just our normal early morning walk. They go and find themselves a coffee shop somewhere and sit for a bit. I think hubby reads his book and... Right, let's concentrate here. Get it as close to the edge as we can. We can just curl that bit under. Oh, that's quite wet. I do love that you can see the ledger paper through. Okay, so I think we decided on one of these there and one of the, we'll do this last bit of tissue first. Well, let's get a dry bit. Right. So last bit, you'll be glad to know. That was all going too well. Right. I need to move this really quite forward so that I can see that top line. If I don't get it right on the line, we can use some washi or something. To maybe hide any sins. No, but that's good. That's fine. No, I haven't thought about washi for this page actually. I'm not sure. I think the paint's going to might take away any harsh lines or anything. Maybe that one up there and this one over here. Yeah. Right. So, last couple of little bits of gluing. And like I say, this just kind of balances having another little bit of doily. I only glued that middle bit and I think this might annoy me. So I think I might go back and glue the side of that, the edge of the doily I think will need to be glued, and then we'll add a little bit of paint. See if we can do that without making a mess. Put this in the middle somewhere. That's fine, because the doily is quite fine, so it shouldn't do any damage being at the seam of the page. Right, let's see if we can just go around here a little bit. That's better. That was just going to annoy me if it frilled up. Yep, that's fine. Right, so let's see what we can do with the paint. Just maybe, I don't know, I'm just going to use my finger and just kind of, I don't really know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to put some paint just on this old paper, my old gluey paper. And see if we can just use our finger. Just maybe, let's start off maybe a wee bit up here. That's just all I wanted. Yes, that's exactly kind of what I had in my head. Not too much, but just enough. Just enough to bring in, bring things together, maybe a wee bit, I think. I've just realised I'm just going across the way all the time. Maybe I could do some up and downs. I can't do up and down without turning the book. I don't want to overdo it, so she says putting more paint on. I am just going to leave that there, I think. Maybe a little bit here. Okay, somebody tell me to stop. Yeah. I think the paint does does make a difference, I think. Maybe we need some, do we need some on this? I'm not sure. I'm glad I did it at the bottom. Yeah. Okay, right, so I have my words and I have picked out a couple already. So I'll just get our glue stick out just to make sure that these are going to stick. So I'm going to do be open to whatever comes next. Good things are going to happen. And I think that's a nice uplifting saying. So I think I'm going to put them over here. It just seems like the obvious thing to do. These are Tim Holtz. Where is the cover? Small Talk Ideology. Let me just check you're still with me. Yep. My squeaky chair. So if we do something like that, I think now I need to hold that up and make sure that that is straight. Yep. A little bit of glue on this. Okay. And then we'll just offset it a little bit. Yes. Now, do we need a little bit of paint? Just maybe. Just make them, what is it you say, pop a little bit. Not on them because I don't want to cover them up, but just kind of, yeah, I think that's just enough. Okay, I think that's us. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's a wee bit different, isn't it? Yes, liking that. What do you think? Good. He's got quite a face, hasn't he? He's got a Paddington stare. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. So thanks for joining me today. And if you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be great. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.